Hey everybody, this message is for the larger flow art community and the fire spinning community. Last year, at the end of last year, I was assaulted by the owner of one of the fire prop companies, the owner of the fire prop company, Fire Mecca, and I just want to show you guys what happened. And you can make your own decision as to if you want to support this company anymore. But I'm going to give some background and show you what happened. So that's me in the picture. I was a Fire Mecca customer, and I eventually was a Fire Mecca affiliate, spinning props, and this was on my Instagram. I would do hashtag Fire Mecca, and they gave me an affiliate link. This is just one of the posts of others that I did. And on this Instagram post, you can even see the owner of Fire Mecca chiming in here, um, like on the post. And I'm going to go over what happened and what they did. So let's get right to some of these things here. This woman gave a background, and there's a lot more information to come out, but you guys should be aware. Um, so I'm gonna, I think the audio on this one, like this. This is a friend of mine who's a content creator that saw what
Corinne
happened.
posted my friend Daniel's picture, his profile picture in one of those don't date this guy is a worrisome guy, 6,000, 60,000 Facebook group for their local city.
That was the post. This is the original post here. Corinne, the owner of Fire Mecca, posted me on there, and this is let's see. This is the group that they posted in. It's like a "Are we dating the same guy?" This one's called "Sis, is this your man?" Um, in Arizona, where the Fire Mecca company is. At the time when they posted, the group had 67,000 members. I believe it's larger now. This is the group if you want to go see it. Um, and somebody sent me these screenshots. This is what they um, this is what the owner of Fire Mecca wrote in there about me, um, insinuating I was involved in a woman going missing, saying that I'm dangerous, saying that I'm like a psychopath, saying that I brought a strange man to her home, saying I was screaming at people, and it gets a lot worse. But after somebody sent me these screenshots, I was horrified, and I posted on my own social media saying, I can't believe Corinne wrote all this nasty stuff about me. And I even said, like, I've helped their company and I don't understand this. And then in response, they wrote that I had restraining orders, which is not true. Was telling people that I was screaming, and there's videos of me screaming at people, which is not true. We never seen any of that. One of my friends asked for any evidence. One of my other fire spinning friends asked for any evidence of any of the accusations, and they told them to fuck off. But where I'll leave the links to these in the description. But this is where the gun threat starts. So they went on. This is Fire Mecca. I was a Fire Mecca affiliate and a customer. I think I have to turn the volume up. The volume of this recording was a little bit quiet, but she's about to talk about me in that I need to stay away for some reason because they've got friends with guns. And just a little more background. Um, Corinne was acting like such good friends with me. Um, right um, before this, they would send me like Instagram reels all the time, and like our communication. I already covered this in another video. They would always like heart react like anything I said to them. Um, and uh, but before this happened, on the dates of before this happened, um, I had not spoken to or seen Corinne, the owner of Fire Mecca, for about 3 months. It's close to 3 to 4 months. Um, I'll just leave it at three. I had not spoken to, messaged, contacted, seen in person the owner of Fire Mecca for 3 months. Um, and they're going to say here that they just woke up in the middle of the night and realized I had unfriended them on Facebook. And the thing is, someone else in the fire spinning community had something um, told me something that sounded strange, like a rumor. Um, and uh, turns out Corinne was spreading lies about other people in the fire spinning community. And that was about 4.5 months before this happened. So I found out that Corinne had been spreading lies about someone else in our fire spinning community. And it was at that time that I was like, you know what? I don't want to be as close friends with the owner of Fire Mecca. I'm going to start to back away, communicate less. And then at a certain point, I just decided, you know what? I don't even need to be friends with them on Facebook. We text each other, we have each other's phone numbers. I don't really need them like on my social media. So I unfriended them on Facebook. That was 3 months of no contact with them, and uh, they're gonna say so right here.
So that got weird. We stopped being friends. I woke up.
Has not stopped being friends on Facebook. She just said we stopped being friends. That is her noticing that I quit communicating because I have a number of unread messages and an unread email from Corinne like messaging me, and I'm not responding. That's when I went no contact because of the lies I found out that they spread about someone else. That's why she just said right there,
So that got weird. We stopped being
we
friends.
stopped being friends. She's remembering that I went no contact with them. And then what?
I woke up from a dead sleep
She said I woke up from a dead sleep the other night,
other day and was just like,
the
weird.
other day.
We stopped being friends. I woke up from a dead sleep the other day and was just like, something doesn't feel right. And I noticed that, like, not only did he unfriend me, but
I noticed that not only did he unfriend me,
the woman that he used to, like, ring.
and then she talks about someone else that I was dating. But this is the part where she woke up in the middle of the night or from a dead sleep, she says, and noticed that I had unfriended her.
Since he unfriended me. And my posted anything since he unfriended me.
And she doesn't know when I unfriended her, but she's referring to another woman that I sort of dated, and she goes on that woman's Facebook page, and they're not even friends on Facebook, so she doesn't even know if she's um, posted anything because she's only looking at the public posts and seeing, oh, this woman hasn't made any public posts in a while. And then noticing that I haven't talked to Corinne in a while, that I unfriended Corinne. And in response, she goes on this giant man hating group um, with 67,000 people, posts my address, posts that I have restraining orders in here. A friend of mine asked for any evidence of the restraining orders, and they say fuck off. They said I showed up to their house without warning. The owner of Fire Mecca wrote on my Facebook wall that people saw that people contacted them about restraining orders that I have. It's all false. This is the original post that they made, and saying I was like this concerning person, um, and makes it sound like all this bad shit. Well, um, eventually makes gun threats and posts my full address, not only in the group, but starts sending my address to their business partner. I don't even know how many other people Corinne just texted my address to, but Corinne, the owner of Fire Mecca, goes on to basically say how their life is in danger because I told people, like, I don't even have a big Facebook following. I didn't at this time. I would post things on Facebook and get like one like from like one of my old friends. Like, I'm not really an influencer. I was trying to do stuff on Instagram and Facebook, like this Fire Mecca affiliate stuff. I thought it was fun, but like, I don't really know how to do that like influencer game and stuff. I would post things and get like 2 likes. So either way, I posted this on my Facebook saying, "Hey, Corinne wrote all this bullshit about me." Um and I was expecting some kind of apology, but at least other people would know that she does this kind of thing. And in response, she said that this put her literal life in danger. And then goes on to encourage gun threats and posts my address on an internet page with 67,000 random strangers. Like, and it gets worse. There's stuff with with her, someone saying maybe we can find someone to do a recon mission to some literal stranger on the internet. Corinne saying I DM'd you. This nasty sis is this your man group. This is a screenshot of a conversation. Did the owner of Fire Mecca send my address or other information about me? Because she had been to my apartment before. Did the owner of Fire Mecca send my address? What other information? Did she start a group chat for people to like come stalk me or something? Someone's like, maybe we can do a recon mission, and says I DM'd you. Okay? Do not become an affiliate. If you want to go do affiliate stuff, go work with Dark Monk or one of the dozen other companies you can. This is really dangerous behavior. Um, what else do we have? Yeah, this is a screenshot from the 67,000 person Facebook group where they literally posted my address, my full name, my address, links to other social medias that I have, um, telling people that their life is in danger because I reposted this a copy of what someone sent me. And the reason that I did that is because I knew that when the owner of Fire Mecca posted in this 60,000 person Facebook group with my profile picture, that, I mean, there's crazy people in there, that they would be able to find my profiles, my social media anyways. So I posted this and then I wrote a response because this whole thing is filled with lies. I think he took her. She's saying I my friend's cat disappeared. I think he took her. She's insinuating to all these people that I stole her friend's cat. She's telling all these people that I'm this concerning person that acts like a psychopath, that I'm creepy, all this nasty, nasty stuff. And I knew people would find me, and so I posted it. I was like, a lot of all this is lies.
And my friend's cat went missing around the same time. So the criminologist in me that
She wrote that um I sounded borderline, dangerous, okay? All just stirring up this idea that I'm some kind of dangerous person. Um Talking about some girl that I knew that may have gone missing because this, like, you understand what they're trying to say. So then what? They go around on their Fire Mecca Twitch stream and they posted other places on social media that their life was in danger because of me. Telling people, falsely accusing me of having restraining orders. Saying, oh my God, all these people contacted me. And we've never seen a single piece of evidence. Well, guess what happens when you go and lie? When the owner of Fire Mecca went around lying that they were in danger because of me, that I didn't do anything. I didn't even want to talk to this person 3 months before all this happened. I went no contact with them. That is why they say they woke up and realized that I had unfriended them. What you're seeing is someone who got a narcissistic injury because I did not want to be in contact with them anymore. I hadn't seen them in person in months. I hadn't talked to them in months. I hadn't responded to their Instagram reels they kept sending me that I didn't respond to. I already showed those, but I'll show them again. And they're going around saying that their life is in danger. What do you think's going to happen? People are going to believe them. And then watch what happens. I understand the audio is a little bit low on this, so if you need to turn it up, do whatever you got to do. It's easier if you listen to the original thing, which I will post. It's Twitch. Should say Corinne Vivers of Fire Mecca on Twitch. Up here to watch.
I didn't really feel like doing that.
So I'll try to pause it and tell you what they're saying because I have the volume as high as it'll go here.
I can't be mad because I've also been the fourth person to do that. I'm like, oh, I'm just not going to do that today. Okay.
So at the beginning of the stream, Corinne says, "Hey, Maslow's basement. This is the person in their chat. Oh yeah, I DM'd you about this guy." She says, "Yeah, that's the guy's profile. I DM'd you." Like, what's the context for that? She probably said, "Yeah, this is the guy who I'm scared of or something." Like, I wouldn't hurt a fly. And then she's gonna respond to his comment.
Do that next time.
No, I've used those to send out a couple of times, but
So Mazda's basement says, "Dear creepy dude, check yourself. We're in an open carry state." You're not wrong. I mean, like, I don't like to threaten violence, but like,
Yeah, so like rather than disavowing violence and saying, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, that's way over the line. This guy doesn't even talk to me. I haven't even seen him in months. He doesn't respond to my messages, obviously not getting the hint that I do not want to speak with the owner of Fire Mecca, that I do not want to see them in person, anything like that, for literal months before this. When their friend in decides to say that this creepy dude better check himself because we're in an open carry state, instead of the owner of Fire Mecca saying, no, 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 I don't condone violence, or, well, hold on a second, I haven't seen him in months, or I've never seen him, like, anything truthful, she doubles down and is like, yeah, in this, I don't usually threaten violence, but, in this case, you can watch the video for yourself. And then that's not the only time that guns come up.
He needs to not be so menacing and weird towards me or
saying
any
that
other
I'm menacing.
female presenting person. But like
I hadn't spoken to
getting,
the owner of
I
Fire
feel like this
Mecca
is weird.
in 3 months. And she's telling
I feel like this was weird.
their friends, their
Like,
coworkers,
I
who
don't know why.
sending my address to
Until
other
he
business
introduced himself
partners,
as possibly,
probably
like,
sent my address to the guy who makes the gun
into,
threats.
BWB, maybe he'll be helpful. This person is just ranting at me even though I'm not responding. They're telling me to pull down all the fanfare while they're...
Now, this is really interesting, so check this out. Listen very, very closely. So, my another fire spinning friend of mine messaged Corinne on that Tuesday and says, "You're making huge accusations against someone I know and trust." Listen, this is the owner of Fire Mecca, okay? If you buy fire props, if you're in the flow art community, the owner of Fire Mecca knows what they did was wrong, and they know that everything they did, they literally made up. And they haven't, like, if any of this stuff was true, they could have shown any of it. It's all words. If you read the stuff that they write, so my friend reaches out, just sent me the screenshots of the DMs. You're making huge accusations against someone I know and trust. Please put down all the fanfare for a second and talk to me like a human being. I've known Dan for almost 10 years. I would really appreciate an ounce of concrete evidence that supports literally any of the accusations that you made. Okay? Saying stuff like, if I give you evidence, it will put lives at risk. Talk about unhinged. Saying I owe you no evidence, and kindly fuck off. Now, I can comment about literally all the other lies that they spread, but we've only got time for this one video. But they said, my friend said, please put down all the fanfare for a second and talk to me like a human being. Listen to this.
I'm not responding. WB, maybe he'll be helpful. This person is just ranting at me even though I'm not responding. They're telling me to pull down all the fanfare while
they're telling me to pull down all the fanfare. Corinne's literally reading this text and replying to it right here.
Literally, like, whatever.
And then
I know
says
you're
what?
watching, and I know that you're the fourth viewer.
Here's where Corinne thought that I was watching this. And here comes the other threat. So she's gonna sit here. I don't know what the hell. Probably texting people my address. Who knows? Looks over and reads this comment. Might be hard for you to see, but it says, same guy who made the other gun comments. He says, he ought to know that even if not you, someone with, near, or concerned does carry, meaning carries a gun. So the weird needs to trend away the other way fast. Few things here. So Corinne's going to read that, and then she's going to look up and say, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So full agreement with the guy needs to trend the other way, whatever that means. I mean, I have never heard that slang before, to be honest, but it seems like that means needs to go move away from them somehow. Instead of Corinne saying, well, hold on, I haven't even seen him. He hasn't shown up to any events in at least 3 months. He doesn't come to our flow jams anymore. He hasn't come to the flow jams in at least 3 months. I haven't even heard from the guy in at least 3 months. When the friend says, someone near you, with you, or concerned about you carries a gun, so the weird, I think he means weirdo, because you don't know if there's typos, but so the weirdo needs to trend, I think that means move, needs to move away fast. Like, how fast is too fast? How slow is too slow? I couldn't have moved away from Fire Mecca anymore at this point. I hadn't seen them in person in at least 3 months. I literally had stopped responding to any of the emails and text messages that they were sending me. I already showed them in another video. I had already ceased to communicate, be around them physically for actual months, because like I said, I heard that they had been spreading rumors about other people in the flow art community, and my attempt to not be part of the owner of Fire Mecca's toxic rumor mill, I guess didn't work. I didn't get away fast enough to become a victim. So then I get this assault. I don't know from this message how fast I need to move away. They already shared my address with over 60,000 people. The guy who's saying I have guns, I don't know if she shared my address with that guy. You understand? And she reads this and then says, that's what I'm saying. I think she even says the guy needs to go, the weird needs to trend away the other way fast. Okay? You understand what kind of threat that is, and that's assault. And for those of you wondering, the definition of assault that I'm using is assault is a criminal act. Now, this is alleged because whatever, but when I say assault is a criminal act in which a person intentionally causes fear of physical harm to another person. Okay? When you say, and I'm reading this, I know it's small on your screen, but you can go, I'll put the link in this. When you say someone needs to move away fast because I have a gun, and you haven't been around them in months, you have had no contact with them except them trying to contact you, I don't know how fast I'm supposed to move. He's saying you need to move fast. She probably sent him my address. Like, how fast do I need to move? And then the owner of Fire Mecca made another comment online about if anyone who lives in Arizona should be okay with this type of thing. Like, it's absolutely insane. So they're going to read this and then say that's what I'm saying, and then talk about how scared they are of me. I didn't make the gun threats. I never made any gun threats. I didn't share their address to 60,000 people on the internet. I never made any threats, never made any threatening messages at them. Literally, when I posted these leaked pictures on my own Facebook, first of all, I wrote, like, this is all filled with lies. So I felt the need to explain, like, all of this stuff. For example, one of the ones was she's saying to 60,000 people that I brought a strange man into her home. She doesn't, and just writes, he showed up with an older guy at my house where I run my small business, making it sound as if to them that I'm like some kind of stalker that just shows up at their house. Okay? I'm not going to show all the text messages for time's sake, but what they're referring to is I literally ordered a product from Fire Mecca. I have the emails. Here, if you order something from Fire Mecca, you can get this, like, there was like an auto response email, and then this one where instead of just doing an auto response, Corinne writes, I think this part's the auto response. And then I was helping her with her small business. She wrote, "Did my system send you a notification? When would you like to pick it up? I'll be heading back out of town the 8th to the 16th, so I want to get it to you before that." So when she says pickup, because I did in-store pickup, I literally already showed the text messages, and I'll do it again, where Corinne texts me and says, "Thank you so much for doing in-store pickup. I wish more of my friends would do that." Now, I write back that, okay, I got the message, because look, she writes, "Did my system send you a notification?" I didn't know exactly what that meant. I wrote back, "Testing, yes, I got this message. I'm checking the pickup message now." I didn't realize the pickup, and it says the pickup is only Monday through Thursday, so I'll have to plan ahead. I wasn't sure if I'm just supposed to show up and knock or call ahead, but that's all. Because to be perfectly honest, their system message on if you're getting an in-store pickup is really strange. It doesn't force you to like pick and agree on a time. It just says, "Here's the address. Come pick it up. These are the hours." That's all it says. Try it for your fucking self. It just says, "Here's the address. Our hours are Monday through Thursday at these times." That's like, it doesn't tell you that you're supposed to schedule anything. Like, if that's what they need, then they need to put, "Please schedule your pickup," like, "here's how to do that," or something like that. It doesn't have any of that information. Corinne writes, "You can visit any time because you've already been to my house." So either way, I'm not just going to show up to someone's house. So I'm not going to dig them out right now, but I have the text messages of that day. It's a Sunday when I we had planned it ahead. I think we planned it Friday, like, "Hey, is Sunday good?" Okay, whatever. We're texting Sunday. Okay, this is the pickup. Okay, it'll be like early afternoon. That's why I showed up at their house. They write that he shows up with the older guy at my house. Right? She makes it sound as if She's like, I told him it was my day off, but still said if I like this is all a lie. I was doing an in-store pickup. I got to their house and she was working and she had a coworker there. I came and knocked on the door literally just to get my package, and her coworker opens the door. I was shopping with a friend of mine who is an older gentleman, and her coworker, she must have been like, "Oh yeah, that's Dan. He said he was coming about 2 p.m. or whatever." Her coworker comes, sees both of us. I'm assuming Corinne had told everybody that we were good friends. Anyways, my friend is a mentor of mine who's 70 years old. We're standing outside at the doorway of the at-home business, and I knock, blah blah blah. They look out the window, whatever. Obviously saw both of us, and her coworker opens the door, who's a guy that I know. I've met him before, and he's like, "Hey, what's up, Dan? How are you? Hey, happy Sunday. I'll see you later, blah blah blah." Get the package. That's it. Actually, Corinne was very friendly. We actually stayed. I mean, I had been to dinner parties and stuff like that at their address a number of times. They had invited me to go on this vacation with Corinne had invited me to go on this vacation with them. That was like a 2-night stay. Corinne's acting as if I'm some kind of stranger when they write this. Okay? And I'll just show all the text messages, but after going no contact with them, this is what they write. They're going to read these gun threat things. Let's hear this. They're reading it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying too. The weird needs to trend away really quickly because I have a lot of friends.
How quickly should a person like with her sharing my address to multiple people and entertaining gun threats? What else going away is there? It gets worse though, and then they're gonna go on to say how much their life is in danger right now.
Trend away really quickly because I have a lot of friends that love me and they're not happy right now. And I have a lot of people checking in and asking if I'm staying, where I'm staying, where I'm going to go hide.
She thinks she needs to go hide from someone that wants nothing to do with them, that doesn't answer messages from them, that hasn't seen them. I was in the flow art community, right? That's where I met them. That's where I would see them, was at flow jams. They think they need to hide. I don't want to be around them. I hadn't seen them. The second to last time I think I saw them in person was actually doing that in-store pickup. And I saw them at one other flow jam. It was like a troop practice thing.
I had somebody offer to buy me a car so that I'm not seen in mine because it's so noticeable. His post has my friends super freaked out. I'm trying to keep calm about it, but it's not easy to keep calm about something like that. When your friends are worried. So
her friends are worried because she told them to worry. Okay? I don't want this to happen to you. I would avoid this company as much as you can. And so this message to the flow art community, what else was I going to cover? Here's where they write that I have restraining orders right here. saying there's a video of you screaming at people. All of this is not true. And when asked for any evidence, they said to fuck off. Um, Likes to spend time in these "Are We Dating the Same Guy" groups, and made dozens and dozens of posts in here. Um, this was in the "Are We Dating the Same Guy" group. This is Corinne sharing my address, and it was really weird too because it was the way that she did it. She screenshotted messages with her and her friend Jill, so we also know she sent my address to her friend Jill and probably other people. Um, this is I showed a lot more of this before, but there's Corinne in stuff like this basically tries to write that I was some kind of like creepy guy that creeped her out all the time and stuff, and it's just not true. I'll show all of the text messages. Look at this one. This was doing like a photo shoot for some Fire Mecca stuff. Corinne writes, "That was a fun day." I have dozens and dozens and dozens of messages from Corinne during the course of our friendship where there's literally no indication that from her that there's any issue or anything. What could have happened is that she might have thought after I went no contact, maybe she was thinking about that and thinking, I wonder if Dan found out. Here's where she writes again in the "Are We Dating the Same Guy" group that I have restraining orders, which is not true. Saying someone DM'd her. We never saw those DMs. It's just made up. And look, this is what happens. This is what happens when you spread lies about people. Look at this woman's like, "I'm so sorry. That's so scary." This person down here writes, "He looks like a serial killer." Like, absolutely disgusting. Assault is a criminal act in which a person intentionally causes fear of physical harm to another person. I don't know about you, but um, if I posted your home address saying that you're a dangerous person, that you're a dangerous psychopath, um, that you have restraining orders, that there were reports of you being a stalker, um, and then entertaining gun threats, telling people, "Hey, let's do a recon mission," um, and telling people that how badly your life is in danger because of some guy, um, and you do all of that publicly. You tell me, let's say that happened to you, you tell me if you would be able to, how much fear you would have on a day to day basis if that happened to you. I will post the link to this whole thing, and in addition to this was a content creator friend of mine who also had some viewpoints and comments about this. So I'll play some of this and then we'll go.
With no substantiated evidence of what she is claiming he has done, and a lot of just her feelings about him as if they are fact. We're going to listen to her live after he found those because somebody sent him the screenshots of what she said about him with his public picture for anyone to recognize him, where she's calling him scary, a psychopath, accusing him of stealing a cat and possibly being responsible for a girl going missing who isn't missing, just missing according to Little Miss criminology. I have a degree in criminology, and therefore my gut instincts and feelings should be taken as fact. Here's the live she did just the other day that I caught and recorded, on her business account, where she's just, doubling down on rando in the comments, not rando to her, rando to me, giving death threats to my friend. Well, she's claiming him, posting her name, a full name about her doing this and giving his side, is gonna cause her to possibly become unalived, right? Like it's a death threat of sorts. It puts her safety on the line. She is
By the way, I should mention here that um, we've seen stuff like this with other companies before. What they are is they're like whistleblower silencing things. So you might remember there was a Boeing engineer that came forward and was sounding the alarm that something was not right at Boeing, and then that guy like died in a quote unquote like extremely mysterious accident. Like basically it was just found in a parking lot like shot in the head, and um like that was like he didn't have any like other known enemies. Like it was super suspicious, and like just look up, there's like companies don't want their bad behavior to get out because like they're trying to make money off of people and they can't let people know. The worst thing that Fire Mecca can have happen is for this information to get out there. um, and we're going to cover like some of the ways that they're trying to do that. um,
trying to destroy this man's reputation. The only you put your safety in line. You put your reputation on the line. You put your business account on the line for lies.
yeah, so Corinne did put their reputation out there, um, and put their reputation on the line for no other reason than to share lies about someone. I don't know if they just like get off on that. I don't know if it's just some sick, twisted thing that they like to do. Um, Took me a while to figure out that they're actually evil and malicious. Like at the beginning, I was trying to give them the benefit of the doubt, like um, maybe they're confused or something. I don't know, like they have dementia. Um, but one of the things that makes this hard to understand for a lot of people is um, it looks like they're actually like enjoy being malicious. Like that's why when they made the gun threats, they get a giant smile on their face. And if you don't believe me, um, we can watch this. Watch the giant smile when the idea of someone getting hurt comes up.
So like you pull down your, I know that you're the fourth. So like you pull, how about that?
She does this little you pull your whistleblower thing down, and I'll pull mine down, smiling as if it's like a children's game. Like, what is she, like 6 years old and this is a playground? Corinne thinks this entire thing is a game. I don't know why, but at this point,
So like you pull down your shit, I'll pull down mine. How about that? They're talking like, oh, I feel like this. He needs. I mean, like in Carrie State.
this
Dear
is where she reads the first gun comment about how it's open carry state. And look at the massive grin and smile at reading that. Like, I'm pretty sure that the owner of Fire Mecca would love nothing more than for me to be shot.
Creepy dude, check yourself. We're in an open carry state.
She loves that. She loves the idea of me being shot. Look at that. And looking back at her employee for confirmation or whatever, like um, wants someone else to share in her joy of assaulting someone and threatening them.
Dude, check yourself. We're in an open carry state. You're not wrong. I mean, like, I don't like to threaten violence, but like,
Yeah. So I leave it to you whether Corinne Vivers likes to threaten violence. Um, but as far as the company goes, like I'll have to show the texts and messages where Corinne's like, "Oh my God, thank you so much for choosing local pickup. I wish more of my friends would do that. I realize most of you probably don't live in the vicinity to like consider that um, local pickup or whatever. Um, but you do have the choice of what company to support, and you do have the choice of whether to buy things from Fire Mecca, or you can buy them from Dark Monk or one of the other many companies that makes fire spinning props, etc. So, if you're watching this, you have any questions or want to like go up on a live stream and something like that, maybe let me know.